Well, look at that. 2026 and we finally have some hype for this game again. Most of you are probably wondering what's going on and why this game isn't released yet. And that question is honestly more of a developer-oriented question. I don't know the process behind all that. I'm just a guy that plays the game for fun and occasionally gets the beta test when there's people online. Speaking of which, the reason I haven't been posting videos of this game is, well, because I'm working. I'm a 27-year-old dude who has to pay his bills somehow. But more importantly, when I would get done from said work shift, I would log on and no one would be online. I would hop on Discord and no one would be online. So it was just a cycle of nonsense and just couldn't be bothered to care. It's really hard to care when your main focus in the beta was to bug test in the beginning, which we did a lot. It probably would have been a bit easier to do that if all the players weren't split up into different waves. Like, I understand, yes, you needed your beta testers in the beginning to find bugs, and you had specific requirements on the website that you filled out that stated how much time you were willing to play and what you were willing to do in the beta. You have limited resources, I understand. But you can't split people up because when you do, you're gonna burn people out, especially when there's nothing new in between. If you have to wait weeks for a beta patch, most people aren't going to have the patience for that. And why? Why were we not allowed to post videos? That's the number one way to get people hyped up for the game. And in the process of not being able to record, your news guy, aka your hype man, has stopped making videos. And quite frankly, he was a much better yapper than I ever was, and realistically, he should be making this video, not me. But since you didn't let the sin begin,
Let the sin begin. Nope. Anyway.
I only posted mine a month ago because I saw Bokin's video on YouTube. I didn't see any messages saying we could do that. Well, I'm not on Discord a lot, so it's probably on me still. But I'm not here to rag on this game. I want it to succeed. That's why I'm hard on it. That's why I've made funny videos about it. That I don't play this game because I hate it, because if I hated this game, I would have left years ago, okay? I do enjoy this goofy little dinosaur game, even though I'm a grown man who, honestly, is probably a fucking rarity in this game. Let's be real. But enough useless yapping. Let me get into my concerns, thoughts, and if this game is going to be worth it for you or not. So how does this game hold up to PS4 Extinction? Well, it's undoubtedly better. You have a lot more to do. I mean, there's 65 trophies. Sure, some of them are repeats, but 65 trophies is enough to go for. And of course, you have your standard level up and XP, and you're going to have a lot more skins to buy, that's for sure. A lot more cosmetics. And, yeah, this currency now, as much as I hate that, I kind of think they do need it. And you already know that a lot of kids are going to be spending their mom's credit cards buying dinosaur skins. But aside from things to do, the gameplay itself is already better. Gameplay for both humans and dinosaurs feels a lot more smooth. Your settings are a lot more customizable now. I mean, you have controller dead zone options you can change to make things more snappy. And you have aim assist now, which for me is useless, but for the average player is amazing compared to the old game, which was really brutal. I mean, you were just pure aiming in that. There's also a lot more variety in the weapons that the humans have. I mean, just look at the PC version. All that's basically on this. So yeah, you have a lot more aim sensitivity options. You have more accessibility options. You can change your dinosaur skin color, which is really nice. And before I get any more comments about this, yes, it's going to be on PS4 and PS5. I don't really have much to say between the two Raptors because there's really not much to them. The pounce is a lot less janky, I will say, but the gameplay is still the same. You run around and you hit R2 on people. They also got a health increase. Not really much else to talk about. Now, when it comes to the spitters, I will say the Dilo is probably the most improved dinosaur in the game. The 100 health increase is obviously good, but the biggest change for Dilo is the spit. You can actually hawk to a giant spit lob now and do damage over range, which means your Dilo spit's actually useful now. I mean, Cryo's still the same, but at least I got a health increase. Now on to the bruisers, and oh boy, are some of these bastards gonna be a really big problem for people. Oh boy. I'll start with Carno because he was in the previous game, and I'll just say this right now. Now, when it comes to Packy, talk about a breath of fresh air. I love this class. He falls a little bit into the tickle monster, high speed, low damage type of character you see in games nowadays, but oh my god, he's so fun to play. So fun to play. And he is definitely not overpowered. I'm not saying that because I like him. He is not overpowered at all. At least in comparison to the biggest issue that players are going to have with dinosaurs, by far, the Ceratosaurus. I am telling you right now, this big fat annoying piece of shit is going to cause people to rage quit this game. If you get caught alone with this thing, and I don't care what class you are, if the Ceratosaurus has 2 brain cells, you are guaranteed to lose the fight every single time if it's full health. There is absolutely nothing you can do if you're a pyro, a scientist, or a commando, and you get caught out in the open with this fucking thing. If you're a trapper, you can net gun him or stun gun him. And then what? Shoot him? He's got 1400 health and armor. All he has to do is bite you once and tail slap you twice and you're dead. You could pull out Assault Cannon Scientist and you can tickle this big stupid thing. You are not built to kill this thing 1v1 as a human, and you are going to see this thing a lot. Now, the weird thing is, when you have a group of people that are coordinated, you net gun him, he is useless. You can fodderize a Ceratosaurus if you have a coordinated group. It's the single person where the problems come into the forefront. And if this game starts to die off, like Extinction did, then you're going to see a lot of Ceratosaurus in like 3v3 games or 2v1 games. And God for fucking bid you meet more than one of these things in a game. Good luck, bucko. And while we're on the topic of overtune, dinosaurs and balance changes, there's something that really needs to be addressed by the developers. You need to update this game properly this time around. I don't care if Sony has to approve it. You need to do this in a timely manner, otherwise, you're going to fall into the same position Extinction was in. This game needs to have updates. Not a update, multiple updates in timely manner. I don't really have much to say about Pteranodon. It got a health increase. It does the same thing. There's nothing new. Let's go on to Tupa because that's more interesting to talk about. And when it comes to Tupa, they did change him. It's a lot slower now. You're not going to have that death by 1,000 cuts gameplay where you just ape onto someone until they die. You have your weird little ground attack, which is actually kind of nice. Especially if you have a Pathfinder throwing flares around, you can just dive bomb onto it and probably get a kill. However, Scientist is a major problem instead of irrelevant now, so if you got a Scientist with a bow on the other team and she's good, you can probably forget about playing Tupa that match. Assault Cannon's also scary too. So with the classes out of the way, let's talk about the game price and the microtransactions involved. Now, the game price, it won't be free initially. It'll be $19.99. Now, if you do want to wait for it to go on sale, I'd say after a few months it would be reduced at some point down to maybe $10. Or you could wait for it on Game Pass. I'm not sure when that would show up either, but all in all, you'll get this game cheap regardless. And then there's the Phoenix points. Yep, this is your in-game virtual currency used to buy your skins. Normally I'd be hating on this a bit more, but considering it's a dev team of 5 people, I can let it slide. Uh, it goes from $3.99 to $39.99, which, yeah, that's more than the game, but hey, if you want to buy skins, that's all on you. I'm sure the free roamers are going to be buying all the skins anyways. Couldn't be me spending $40 to just sit around on a sandbox server and do nothing all day, but what do I know? I'm just a guy on YouTube making a video about a dinosaur game that's loosely based on TF2 and Left 4 Dead. But what do you think? Do you think this game is good, will be good, and is worth your time and money?